In this video tutorial, I want to talk about using the new Premium Press Page Builder plugin to create your own home and inner pages. So let's get started. Firstly, let's log into the admin area of our WordPress website, and we need to create a new page. So on the left hand menu, we click on Pages, and we can click on Add New. Now for this example, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new home page. So I'm going to give it a title that's appropriate, New Home Page. And after I've created the title, I'm going to select the Premium Press Page Builder button. So I'm simply going to press that button. As you can see, because it's a new page we're presented with two options. We have the option to add a new section, or we have the option to use a pre-built layout. So to start with, we simply click on pre-built layout, and we're just going to select the basic builder because it's the first one on the list. So we'll just select that. And as soon as I select that, you'll notice the page now has a lot of new elements in it, and I'm going to go over those in a moment. But first, let's just update this page. So what we're doing is saving it, and let's preview the page so we can see what it looks like. So this is our new page, and as you can see now, it has a number of different elements that were in the design for this basic builder layout. So if we go back to the home page on our website just by clicking the logo, so this is our old home page. And what we really want to do now is use the newly designed homepage as our homepage. So to do that, we log back to the admin area of our website. We're going to go to Design Setup, and where we can see this quick links, and where it says select your homepage, we're just going to choose the new homepage. Now as soon as you press and choose a new page from the drop down menu, it's instantly applied. So if I go to the homepage on my website and give it a refresh, you can see now that the homepage on my website is showing the newly created page I just made a moment ago. So obviously what we can do is switch that back to the old layout. Or refresh, you can see it's now gone back, and we can continue editing the home page by going back to Pages and then edit the new home page, and we can edit this until we're happy with it. And once we're happy with it, we can then go back to the Design Setup options and switch it back to be our home page. So let me show you some of the options that are now available. We've just loaded in the basic builder page template, so let me show you how this works. On the left, very left, you can see this dark grey box, and what this represents is a section within the page. So this is a section. As you can see, each section you can drag and drop just by holding the arrows key at the top, pressing the button down on your mouse, and just dragging it to wherever location you want. Within each section we have rows. So as you see, this darker orange or dark red is a row, and again you can drag and drop up and down. And within a row we have objects, and as you see, the first object on here we have is this Jumbotron. And objects, again, you just hold it and you can move it down. Now for a page you don't need lots of sections or rows, but you do need one. So when you create a brand new page from scratch, you'll be prompted to create a section and then a row, and that's just basically like a group. You have to group these things together so you can add additional styling and options later on. So let me go ahead and remove these first. So as you can see, the icons on the left hand side, we have this little trash can, which is a removal option. We have these two little document options, which is a clone option, which means we can duplicate it. We have a little pencil, which is an edit. So if I click that, I can edit the options for this section. And obviously the top one is the drag and drop. So we can just press hold that and we can move the section around. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these. So I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to update my website, and I'm going to go back to this page and just see what it looks like now. Okay, so as you can see, I deleted the two sections at the bottom, and I'm now stuck with this just Jumbotron at the top. So what we can do now is we could remove this Jumbotron and add something different. And to add something different, you simply click on Add Object. By clicking on Add Object, as you can see, we have a number of different options on the left hand side, different categories. Within each category, we have the objects. So slider, we could add image slider, box slider, content slider. We can add headers, text objects, category, display of categories, images, videos, etc., etc. And you can take your time and go through each section appropriate. So let's go ahead and add one. So let's remove this Jumbotron and add a new header. So let's just add a header. If you hover over some of the icons, you can see on the right hand side, the very right, is a small preview image. So it kind of gives you a small preview of what you might get. So let's just add this one here. It's just a header. So let's just add this header. And when you select an object, you're presented with object options, so you can go ahead and fill those in. But for now, I'm just going to click save, and again, I'm going to update my website and just preview it. So as you can see now, I now have this new header to my website. So I want to add something else. Let's add some categories, shall we? Let's go ahead and select categories, and I can choose again, looking at the icon on the right, just to see what it might look like. I'm going to choose something that looks appropriate. That looks okay. I'm just going to save the defaults and click update again. Give it a refresh. Okay, so now I have a header and some categories, looking good. And finally, I think what I'm going to add now is some listings. So I can go down onto the left hand side in the dynamic content, and I have the option to add a carousel of listings or a block of listings. Carousel looks quite nice, so I'll just add a carousel. Again, I'm just ignoring all of the options for now. Every object has a number of different options, so you can go through these options one by one to see which ones you want to modify. But the default options will always be there for you. So I'm just going to update and give it a refresh again. Okay, so as you can see now, I have the carousel above the categories, and I prefer the carousel below the categories. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the category with my mouse and drag it underneath, and you'll see like the little icons appear, and you just drop. I click update, and I refresh the page. There we go. So we now have a header, we've got categories there, and we've got our new carousel underneath. Great, so that's going to be my new home page. Obviously it's just an example, so I'm not so worried about styling or additional options at this moment. I'm going to then go back to the homepage on my website just to see what's currently there. So you can see that's the default design at the moment. To change this, I'm going to save again just to confirm. Go to design setup, and under the box here, homepage, I'm going to select new homepage. Now obviously when anybody visits my website, they're going to be presented with this newly created homepage. So that's kind of a very quick demonstration of how to create and customize your own homepage. Obviously you would then go back to the page you've created and edit and modify and customize as much as you like. Now should, for example, I decide that I want to export this or use it as on a different website, I could use the export data option. All of the data is here. I could simply copy and I can paste that into another one of my websites to be used with my Premium Press theme. If I wanted to save this design and then load it in on a different template, I can simply click on pre-built layout, and at the top where it says save current design, I just give it a name, new layout, and click save design. And if you just double check under my save designs, you can see my save design is there. So if I just save this page, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new page. So this is another new page. Okay, and I'm going to click on page builder, and I'm going to load my designs. Now rather than select a template this time, I'm going to select new layout. I'm going to close this window, and as you can see, the saved page has been loaded in the background here. So that's just a very quick example of how to use the page builder. Obviously each section within the objects have a number of different settings, so you can go through and modify those as you like, and you can create and play around with it and be as imaginative as you like.